It's Madden NFL 23 on EA Sports, and we've got a showcase of shutdown defenses. It's the Ravens and the Thunderbirds on Thursday night.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Tonight we kick off Week 13 with a great Thursday night matchup between the Baltimore Ravens and the Toronto Thunderbirds. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Toronto ball club as they enter play here. They come in losers of 2 straight, so they're trying to right the ship here a little bit.
They're teetering a little bit, aren't they? And now things could really go south if they lose this game, so they understand the importance of playing well and stopping this streak.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Ravens, they come in off the extended break from the bye.
I think it was much needed as well. You play 2.5 months, you're ready for some time off to get set for the home stretch.
Tyler Bass about ready to get us going. And we are underway from Toronto. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Ravens offense going to work, and as usual, it's Lamar Jackson, the former MVP of the league, at the helm.
You talk about the pause that refreshes. I think it's come at a perfect time of the year for them, hasn't it? You know, the season is starting to wind down, got a little bit of a break. But how about the guy calling the signals?
From the gun, Jackson. And it looked like he got the feet down, did he? Yes, it's a catch. A big gain of 31 on 3rd down. All right, Charles, let me put you in one of those defenders out there. You have a big play like that go against you so early. What does that shake your confidence?
It shouldn't, but it often does, because your thought process all during the week is how you're going to get after that offense and make your plays. And when they make one against you, it makes you a little bit hesitant.
Time to regroup. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll go option to the short side. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make 2nd down pretty tough. But sometimes that option can get bogged down before the gears really even get into motion, and I think that's what we saw there.
In this case, though, the DB matched it move for move and knocked it away.
And his kick is good. Oh, he just did tuck it into the bottom of that left corner. Unbelievable. Justin Tucker has done it again. He ties his own NFL record with another 66-yard field goal.
Another incredible kick by Justin Tucker. And let's face it, he doesn't surprise us anymore, does he? I still remember seeing the replays of the first one in 2021 at Detroit, bouncing off the crossbar and going through. This guy is flat out amazing.
So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. Leading him out, the former Stanford man. At quarterback, it's Davis Mills.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the 1 interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown passes.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that.
Trying to run for it with Pollard. That's a good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. 18 yards, a big pickup there on 3rd down. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation we were talking about with one of the GMs in the league.
And they'll try to throw here. Mills. They'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. Pretty solid opening drive here, Charles. They've worked in the run game, the pass game, just steadily getting yards, and now they've got it inside the red zone here with an opportunity.
And the only thing they don't have so far is points. But the way that they're moving the ball now, that shouldn't take much longer.
They'll run forward with Pollard, and he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. They come up short here on 4th down. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. They'll keep it on the ground. McElroy. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
Oftentimes when you see a running back get bunched up in the backfield, it's usually because the defensive tackle is eating up blockers for others to make the play. Not in this case. He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes 9.9 times out of 10. Missed that one.
Now a hit and a loose football. There he goes, left side. And this is going to be brought back for a Baltimore touchdown.
Forget our running back rotation. This guy has a hot hand, and they rode him to a victory. Those are things you have to look out for in games like this.
He's got him in, complete. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. In today's NFL, we talk about quarterbacks and their speed and accuracy, but there's still something about a guy slinging one downfield.
And to be honest, this first half hasn't been anything they'd be really proud about. So they needed something like this to change their fortunes. Now they need to make sure they finish this one off, not just with points. About whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your...
Mills can't get away, and down he goes. Odafe Owe. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Now that's a heck of a moment for your first sack of the game, because if this long drive ends without a touchdown because of that sack...
The kick by Bass is good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. Well, I don't know if you ever go into a game expecting to attempt a kick of 62 yards. Charles, not only attempt it, but make it one of the longest kicks that we've ever seen.
Yeah, I'm not sure you ever go into a game expecting to kick one of this distance, but all the better kickers, they do dream of it, and they show what they can do in practice and convince their coaches to give them a chance. That one surely paid off. They were able to close in and tackle him for a loss.
Yeah, they used your boy over there, the 12th man. Sammy Sideline, right?
Sammy Sideline. You know something? He tackles pretty well, too.
He's tougher than an airport steak. Yeah, almost, but not quite. Needed 10. He got 9. 4th down.
A short game that doesn't get him the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. On the ground, it's Pierce to begin the drive. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. After the toss, well executed there to find the space and then eventually get out of bounds after a good game.
And for the toss play to be that successful, you've got to control the edge. And oftentimes, if you've got a tight end who can do that, that allows that toss play to get called often during a game.
Mills on first down. A hidden Juju on the slant. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4.
Now to Mechie on the jet sweep, and he is into the end zone for a touchdown. John Mechie, his 3rd rushing touchdown on the year, and the Thunderbirds are an extra point away from drawing level. Well, we've talked about it before. This jet sweep, something a lot of teams like to run nowadays, and this one winds up in the end zone.
And it is all about creating different ways to get the ball in the hands of your playmakers. And wasn't it interesting that prior to this game, the head coach told us, I saw this sitting in my chair, watching him try and score when given the opportunity.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. Now he'll dump it under. And the ball is knocked out. It's going the other way. Inside the 20. And they will finally run him down, but not until he brings this one all the way back down inside the 10-yard line. And in this very cold night air, how much harder, Charles, is it to hang on to that football?
It's a lot harder, and I know for the most part we think about a ball being slick when there's rain or snow, any type of moisture. But when it's cold and dry like this,
it is cold.
And it is cold.
On second down, it's Pollard, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends out formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef.
Left hash, a chip shot here. The kick by Bass is good, and they will take the lead at 13-10. So the fumble recovery had them set up in ideal field position, but they can muster only 3 points out of it.
Yeah, when you're able to force turnovers.
Last play in the second quarter. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. Sideline throw. It's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, guys, thanks very much. We'll get back with you shortly. But first, let's take a look at what's coming up this weekend around the NFL. In the early window, we'll have our eye on that game in Jacksonville. The Jaguars going to need to be on their A game as they'll be forced to reckon with the Atlanta Falcons. Taking on the Las Vegas Raiders. Taking on the Las Vegas Raiders. And lastly, we'll all be tuned in on Monday night for what should be a great one between the Green Bay Packers and the Carolina Panthers. Next, a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Ravens. And they did not do much at all in terms of throwing the football in those first 2 quarters. That's going to need to improve if they want to erase this deficit. Meanwhile, for our home team, we check out their numbers on the ground as they'll try to keep the momentum going into the second half.
So he's on to punt it away. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Now Brown, he lost the football. Taking it right down Broadway. And he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown. They run the option here on 1st and 10. Dodges him at the 50. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down. So this play, until recently, only something you'd probably expect to see in a college game, but running quarterbacks are certainly in vogue, and this turned into a big play. Again, Jackson will keep it. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. That puts him in excellent position, 1st and goal after a gain of 19. Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. And climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
Tucker's kick is good, and that will tighten this one up a bit. Now a one-score game at 20-13. So 3 points, maybe not a grand prize at this stage, but it does get him back within one score.
It's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
On 3rd down, here's Mills. Oh, he's trying for Smith-Schuster, but it's intercepted. And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football.
Well, it's a cold night, and whether you're a quarterback that wears a glove on his throwing hand or not, that ball is a rock, Brandon. You've got to really drive it through the cold and the wind, or it can take off on you. And that may have been what happened there.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. From the gun on third down, Jackson. Under pressure, and he will go down. Safe back at the 38. Jonathan Bernard in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to fourth down. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This officially a 55-yard attempt, and he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt, and that'll bring him back within 4. So that one is his third of the game. Now, if you're wondering, that's only halfway to his career high, as he once had 6 field goals.
Brandon, but 6?
It's the Ravens with possession of the football, but trailing on the big board as we get set for the fourth. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 46 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Now Jackson. Open man downfield is Duvernay. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Devin Duvernay, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens have taken a 4th quarter lead.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
They'll run the option left. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play, backwards a yard.
Well, he's had success running the football in this one. Yeah, that's undeniable. But that time, the defense was on to him.
And, partner, I think the more you see him play like this, the more they're able to diagnose it quicker and easier for them to defend it. I think you have to dress it up a little bit and show maybe some different formations and looks.
Mills, 4th down, gotta have it. This is Chase Claypool on the receiving end. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and we're watching them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Looking to throw is Mills. Flush to his right. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a 1st down.
And what a big play, because now you're guaranteed at least a shot at extending this one. He had the 40-yard line picked out as his bare minimum to give them some kind of a game-tying attempt, and he got there. Excellent determination on that scramble.
Now Mills. Completion here to Claypool. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens 14. A solid gain of 15 yards and the sticks move.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Here's Mills. He's got it. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That's a nice job right there, partner, because they were able to work down the middle of the field, working in the seams, because I think defensively they were guarding the sidelines, trying to keep them from getting out of bounds.
Now here's Pollard. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th. Wow, wow. What a game this has been, and what a drive that was, Charles, to take the lead here
late in the fourth quarter.
And partner, that's a job well done by everyone, from the players to the guys calling the plays. And if I may introduce just one downside to the mix, might be a little bit too much time left. Enough on the clock for a final last-ditch effort to try and steal this win away.
Here's Jackson.
Throw right side, taken in by Wallace. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game.
Jackson.
Throwing middle, and it's complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Throwing. Jackson. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman.
Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Jackson.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete.
And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. This one came right down to the wire, and CD, they had that one final chance to try to navigate their way into the end zone, but couldn't get it done to avoid the loss.
Yeah, and how about the defense there? Because while they had one final look at the end zone, the defense made sure they knew what they were doing on the last play, executed it flawlessly, and no flags. Because remember, if there's a defensive penalty, there's one play left in the game that the offense gets. They didn't allow that to happen.
So for the home team here, the win moves them a couple games over 500 now at 7-5. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week, where they take on the Tennessee Titans.